Hey y'all, we're back and we're filming a little video inside today. It's Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Hopefully everyone's enjoying it with their families. We are hanging out at home alone this Thanksgiving. Our families are all doing other stuff, so we decided we'd shoot a little video for you guys about our car history. We have owned a lot of cars collectively, and we're going to tell you about some of them now.
Yeah, we have. So my first vehicle was a 1998 Subaru Legacy Outback. Um, it was cool because it was passed down through my family. I believe my grandma bought it brand new. I remember when I was younger riding around in it. She handed it down to my aunt and uncle, and then they drove it, and their kids drove it, and then it got handed down to me, and I drove it, and I was the last owner, and it was like that maroon color.
Nice. Those things are cool. My first car was a 96 Ford Escort, 4-door. It was green. Bought it used back home. And yeah, the car was a lot of fun. Did a lot of skateboarding and stuff in that car. It's
Hell yeah,
cool.
that's awesome. And then after that, I got a 91 Chevy 2500 Suburban, and I bought it completely stock from an old man, and then I put it on a 6-inch lift in 37s. And it was white with like the blue interior, and it was in an amazing shape inside and out.
Nice. Did you do the lift yourself?
Yeah, me and the ex boyfriend put the lift on.
Dang. I never put one of those on. My second car was arguably one of my favorite. Was my 96 Ford Ranger with the 4-liter 5-speed. Had a little 2-inch lift on it. And it was like the dark green color, which I feel like you don't see very often.
No, no. My cousin
Yeah.
has that color one, which is hilarious.
Oh,
Corey.
nice. Yeah, those things are sweet. That was my second.
Oh yeah. So my third after that, because the Suburban ended up blowing up, and I got a 2004 Chevy 2500 Silverado, a gas though. It was the 6.0 gas, and it was the like dark, really pretty blue they did. At least I really liked it with the tan interior, and it was in amazing shape. Had like 60,000 miles on it when I got it.
Nice. Nice. My third car was a 1983 Honda Accord hatchback. So
Oh
super
yeah,
rad,
80s
old school.
Japanese,
Yep.
the
Bought
best.
it from a granny, and it had 130 something original miles, 1,000 original miles
Oh
on it.
wow,
Maroon with maroon pinstripe interior, which I always loved.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
My next car was a 2009 Subaru Forester, the XT, and it was like fully loaded, so it had the panoramic sunroof. It was pearl white, and then it had the like it was a Subaru OEM thing, but it was an add-on. It had the mesh grille and the nice, really cool front bumper that was lower and had kind of like a lip on it. That car was super cool, and I honestly kind of regret getting rid of that one.
Yeah.
I think it was
Those
sweet.
things are sweet. So after, or actually during when I had the Honda, I got a 1962 Ford F100 Stepside. It was a straight six. I think it was a 300 straight six with a hole in the floor. Fun car. Bought it from my best friend Jesse, and ended up trading it. But yeah,
Oh
cool
yeah.
truck.
After that, I decided that XTs are for poor people and fast Subarus are where it's at. So I got a 2011 Subaru WRX STI Hatchback. It was the obsidian black pearl, which was a beautiful color, but it sucked that it was black because it was black on black because it had the black interior with the red stitching. Beautiful car, but it was so hot in the summer here. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. So I traded that F-150 for a 1980 Mercury Cougar wagon, which was like old surf wagon style. It's the
Oh,
same as the Ford
nice.
Granada wagon of the same year. So,
Those are cool.
yeah, it was really nice. It never really ran, actually. Drove it around the block at low speeds. So it needed a new engine. But
That's what's up.
yep, didn't have it very long.
So then, while I still had the STI and that was my daily, I bought my 1983 Subaru GL Wagon, which I still currently have. but I did sell it and buy it back at one point, but I only didn't own it for about a year. Um, anyways, but that thing's super cool. That thing we're gonna do a full video on in itself because there's a lot to go into there, and it's a super cool car. But I bought it for $150 from a guy in Truckee, and it's like the light blue color with the dark blue interior. It's freaking sick.
Nice. Yeah, I love that thing.
Yeah, that
Can't wait
thing's
till it's
fun.
back on the road.
Me
That'll be a
neither.
fun video. Watch out for that. So after I got rid of the wagon, and I gave my Honda to my family, and I got a 1996 Subaru Outback. It was like the eggplant color, it wasn't black, but it was,
I think a super dark
yeah,
purple.
super dark purple. It was limited with the heated seats and all that. It was pretty sweet.
Heck yeah.
Yep, love that thing. Best car in the snow, I think.
Subarus
One
are
of the
so good
best.
in the snow, it seems like in general, no matter what. So while I still own the GL and my STI, I bought a 99 Subaru Legacy Outback for $500 from a girl that I was like acquaintances with, that she banged it up a tiny bit, nothing serious, and basically just wanted to get rid of it. So I got it for $500 and ended up trading up 4 times with that one, which you guys are going to hear about.
Nice.
But that was the start. $500 Subaru Outback.
Heck yeah. After the Outback, or actually while I had the Outback, I got a 1991 Ford Escort GT, 5-speed, and that was the one with the Mazda 1.8 liter. Car was a lot of fun. Front wheel drive burnouts for days.
Dude, I know all about those with the GL. Those are great. Okay, so then I traded that. So then I traded that 99 Outback for an 88 GMC K20 Suburban, which the guy, so I traded this like kid in college with his girlfriend, and he was like, yeah, the guy told me the engine's new, but it runs like shit. And when we open the hood and we're looking at it together, the intake manifold and the carburetor, which are both Edelbrock on the 350, all the vacuum lines were just not connected to anything. Like they were just open. There wasn't even a vacuum line there. And I was like, okay, well, I know why it's running like shit, but I didn't say anything to the guy. So that thing was sweet. I really enjoyed that thing too. And it had a brand new motor in it.
Nice. Yeah. And that was the trade from
the Outback for $500
$500 Outback. Nice.
to an 88 GMC. And it was on like a 4-inch lift in 35s. That one was.
Oh, nice. When you got it.
Yeah, when I got it.
After or during I blew up the 91 Escort and then my family had a 1986 GMC High Sierra, the green and white one, and then I ended up with a little bit. It was a fun truck.
Square
Old
bodies.
farm truck, yeah.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
And then I traded that square body. It's funny, Brady and I have like a few that align. It's kind of funny. But after that, I traded that for a 1972 TE72 Corolla with the 4-speed in it. It had like a 20R in it, I believe, and a 4-speed. And the rear end was welded, and the guy did like quite a bit of body work and painted it. It was like an emerald green color with gold Anki rep wheels, and it was so freaking sick. I really, really regret selling that thing. That's probably top 5 favorite cars. Second biggest regret behind my Tundra that we're going to talk about too. But yeah, thing was sweet.
Did you get drifty in that thing? Or?
I didn't. The guy was building it for a drift car, but I don't understand when people build those Corollas for a drift car because they're old JDM stuff that you can't get replacement parts for. So if you bash in a body panel, like unless you're good at custom fabrication, you're basically fucked. So and they're so sick and rare. It's like let's freaking preserve these beauties. Drift 350Zs, those are fucking everywhere.
Yeah, we are suckers for old Japanese.
If that's not wrong.
Yeah, it's Japanese cars. So, my first brand new car purchase, actually, I traded the Legacy and then bought it brand new for a 2015 Nissan Versa, and it was 5-speed with roll-down windows and manual gas. So super bare bones. I think it was the cheapest car you could buy on the market in 2015.
How much was
Um,
it new?
it was 12,
Thousand?
12,000. Yeah,
Oh.
12,000 new. I think 12.5 or something, or 13. Because it
That's
was
like
the
unheard
super
of
base model.
now,
I know.
I feel
Super
like.
unheard of. But I love that car. I'd still have it today if I didn't wreck it.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So then I traded the Corolla for a 73 Chevy K1500. This thing was super cool though. It had the 400 in it and everything had been like restored and gone through except for the body. So he hadn't painted the body yet, but it wasn't super rusty or anything. It actually had a really straight body. It was just not matching. The bed was like a tan color and then the cab was the two-tone blue and white, but I ended up primering it. But that thing was beautiful, brand new looking, ran great, super super cool truck.
Nice. So I got in a wreck in my Nissan Versa, and then after that, I bought a 2014 F-150 um, with the 5.0 in it. Super nice truck, extended cab, FX4, but it ended up not being so great mechanically. And that was actually the truck I had when I met Ivy, and it left us stranded one time in Oregon. So
Yeah,
we got rid of that eventually. Had it for a while though.
it was really nice,
It
and
was
it's
nice.
those are beautiful trucks. I mean, Ford does a great job with like design. They just suck at mechanic stuff.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
seems like.
Yeah.
Anyways, um, so then finally, that's where that trade ball of those four cars happened. All the while, like I said, I had the STI still and the GL while I had all four of those. So I sold that truck for $4,000, and then my STI blew up, and I still had the GL, and then I bought a 2018 Toyota Tacoma SR, like base model SR, not even the SR5, for like 28,000 out the door back in 2018, which was sick.
It's crazy.
I hated it though. I hate the new engine, the 3.5. Or obviously, I know they're about to change it again, but that engine I never personally liked. It was seemed really underpowered, and then it shifted like crap. And anyways, I didn't have that for very long.
Do they put CVTs in
No, it's like a 6 speed,
those? Okay.
but it just has weird shift points. Like you'll like hit a grade and like it starts slowing down a lot, even if you're on the gas. At least this is what mine did. Maybe it's not everybody's. But then all of a sudden it like drops a gear and just fucking redlines itself, and it's just like I feel like there's a more efficient way to do this.
Yeah.
But
So while I had the F-150, me and Ivy actually went up to Oregon to get a 1984 Subaru GL Wagon, and we towed it back and put some work into it, some front end work, engine work, kind of got it running a little better, and then ended up selling it because we had title issues. So it was unfortunate. It was a cool wagon.
yeah, the thing was cool. Went all the way up to Oregon for it. That was a fun trip. Um, so after the Tacoma, I traded that in at a dealership for a 2007 STI WRX STI. The Hawkeye, one of my favorite body styles. It was the dark
Mm.
gray because they had like a light, like a silver, and then a gray, and I had the gray one, and it had the blue interior that all of those ones had. Um, it was on coilovers, and it was like stage two engine wise. It was just such a fun car to drive. I got it with like 70,000 miles on it, which was super cool in like 2019.
So after the 84 GL, we sold that, and I got another GL, a 1982 GL, which had the Cyclops Eye, which is the little light underneath the logo in the center of the grill. That was really cool. It was a wagon as well, and it ran and drove great. I drove it around town quite a bit, and had title problems with that one as well. Ended up getting rid of it,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Brady hasn't had the best luck with titles and GLs.
Yeah, terrible luck actually. Because I'd love to keep one, but
Yeah,
hard when you're on title.
definitely. Okay, so then I ended up selling that STI because I didn't want to have a vehicle with payments anymore, essentially. So I sold that, was able to sell it, which was really nice, and then I bought a 2000 Toyota Tundra just outright, and I went up to Bend, Oregon to buy that actually. and I loved that thing. It was on a 6-inch lift in 35s with like an ARB front bumper on it. It had like 200 plus thousand miles on it, but it ran great and never gave me any problems. It was super cool.
The 4.7
Yeah,
V8
the
you mentioned.
4.7 V8, and that's the truck I met Brady in.
Yep, that thing was cool.
So now we're into Brady and I's relationship, which was like, so we're talking like 4 years ago is when I got that. That's what timeline we're at now.
Yep. And then the F-150, after it left us stranded in Oregon, we decided to trade it in and got some good money out of the market. Had gotten, I was right at the beginning of COVID, I think it was. Anyway, 2021 Crosstrek is what
It
we traded
was right
in
at the beginning
for.
of COVID because it
Yeah.
was in 2021, but it was in January of 2021.
hmm
It was like right after the new year. I remember that.
Yeah. So 2021 Crosstrek. It was white, um, and loved that thing. The CVT went out in it and they had to replace it. It was still under warranty, which was nice. Kind of a bummer though. Brand new, you know, drove it off a lot with like 10 miles on it. And I think it was like 5,000 or something like that. I had to replace the transmission.
Thank God for warranties.
Yeah, thank God for warranties.
Um, so I ended up trading the Tundra. I trade a lot of vehicles, obviously,
It's
and we're not even done yet.
fun.
But I traded the Tundra for a 1992, I believe it was, Dodge W250 Cummins. It had the
Mm,
5-speed in it, the NV 4500. Um, it had like, I swear it had over 300,000 miles on it, but it ran
I
great.
think it did.
It never
Yeah.
gave me any problems, and it had meth injection and the turbo from the newer 5.9s, as well as like a 4-inch straight pipe and a couple other things. And that's actually why I ended up getting rid of it, is because it couldn't pass smog where I live without me putting like a couple thousand into it to get it back to where it could. And I just like at the time it just wasn't realistic. So
Yeah. It was a really cool truck though.
it was.
It was really fast for how big it was. I was surprised when
It
I
was a
drove it.
sleeper.
Yeah, seriously, seriously, and it rolled a lot
It
of coal.
dumped coal like it was its job.
Yeah, it did. So after I think we had the cross track and decided to get rid of it.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah,
Yeah, I decided to get rid of it because I wanted a truck, and it was a really good time to get out of the loan too, which was nice. No more payments, and I got what I paid for it. A year or so later,
hmm
we sold it to CarMax, and
during peak
then
COVID.
during peak COVID, yeah.
Yeah.
And I got a 1997 Chevy K1500. We went to Sacramento to get it. It was a cool truck, 5-speed, 4-wheel drive. Um, the clutch was going out on it, but yeah, cool truck, green, forest green. I think it was a Forest Service truck at one point.
Yeah, that thing was cool.
Yeah.
Was cool. Um, so after the Cummins, I ended up selling that Cummins for about like 8,000 because this was like that was still before COVID, so that's when the market was where it should be. So I sold that thing for about $8,000, and then we went to Grants Pass, Oregon, and bought a 2002 Toyota Sequoia, a limited, fully loaded. It had like the JBL speakers, the leather. We had the tan leather interior with the white exterior, sunroof, all that good stuff, electric mirrors. Super cool rig. We bought it stock except for a leveling kit, and by the time I got rid of it, it was like fully overlanded out, as you will. Had like a solar panel, sorry, on the roof. It had sliders and a rear swing out tire carrier bumper, roof rack,
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff, and it was super fun and reliable. We loved that truck. Ton of memories.
Yeah, another 4.7. Those
Yep,
things are
another
great.
4.7. It
Yeah.
had like 270 something when I got rid of it. We bought it with like 230, just under 230, I think, because we took it everywhere. We went to Montana in it,
Lots of fun
lots
trips.
of road trips and dirt trips, and yeah.
And then while I had the K1500, I bought a 1989 Corolla, Toyota Corolla, for $600. It was gray and it had a rising sun, or like a midday sun on
Yeah,
the hood,
midday for
like a
sure.
Japanese sun. So I ended up painting that
We
hood.
say midday sun too because he didn't put the sun in the corner going out. He put it in the middle
Yeah,
going out.
yeah. Yeah, and that was a lot of fun. It was on eBay coilovers, which I didn't put on there, and it was kind of a mess when we got it. We put a lot of work into it. Did a
Yeah.
bunch of engine work and new wheels and tires, and
Hmm.
raised the height of the coilovers because it was like this far off the ground.
Yeah, like hit a speed bump or a pothole and your oil pan's gonna get
Yeah,
busted.
that car was a lot of fun though. Five
Oh
speed.
my gosh. One of the favorites to drive for
Yeah,
sure. That thing
yeah.
was so much fun.
Sucker for Japanese, old Japanese
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, we are, obviously.
Oh man.
Okay, so then while I had the Sequoia, I bought a 1991 Subaru Loyale sedan for also
Mm,
$600.
yep, that
Um,
was sweet.
that thing I mainly bought because you don't really see those sedans very often. It's a square body and it's the push button 4-wheel drive, and you never see those things. And I have always wanted one, and it was $600. So we
Mhm.
bought it from these people that took really good care of it. Actually, the body wasn't great, but they took great care of it mechanically, which is all I really care about. And the interior was in really good shape too.
It was in
The
pretty good shape.
interior was super clean. It was just
Hmm.
the exterior. There wasn't really a bunch of like dents, but it was like
Rusty.
really rusty.
Yeah,
And then there was just a
rusty.
lot of missing trim pieces and stuff. But that thing was like gray. It's like gray
Yeah, it was
brown.
like gray.
It's a weird color. It's gray. I
It
think it's
was
gray.
the paint was pretty
Yeah, the
faded too.
paint was pretty great.
Classic, old school Subaru
Yeah,
paint,
and then it
man.
had I think it was a light tan interior. Pretty sure it was super light tan, not gray. It was tan.
Was it? I thought it was gray, but it might have been tan though. Yeah, who knows? Can't remember.
Don't totally remember.
Yep. That was a fun car though.
That thing was cool.
I wish we would have kept that one.
Got like 40 miles per gallon.
Yep. And then uh, after I sold the Chevy and decided that the lowered Corolla wouldn't be great in the snow out here because we do get some snow in the winter. So I got a 1996 Subaru Legacy L Wagon. It was red with it had Outback suspension on it, and so it was I think a 2-inch lift on that, and it had the 2.2 liter in it because it was the L Wagon
Yep,
base model.
yep.
Didn't have that for very long.
No, but it was a good little shitty.
Yeah, yeah. fifteen
Um,
hundred bucks. I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty good price.
No.
And then I got rid of that Subaru. At this point, I didn't have it anymore. But then I decided the Sequoia, I wanted something that was way more like wheeling capable. I wanted to do more rock crawling, a lot more like wheeling opposed to overlanding, if that makes sense. So then I traded the Sequoia for a 1988 Toyota pickup that was a single cab with a camper shell on it with a full exo cage, full width axles, locker, re-geared, dual sticks, 5-speed, 22R. Um, there was also like a swing out tire carrier on it. It was on 35s, but it could clear 37s, but he had it on 35s because it was just that much more of a dog on 37s because those things,
Yeah.
they're not winning any races, that's for sure. But that thing was super fun. There was like no sway bars, so it definitely did like it was
Yeah.
super
The
cool
body
though. But it
roll.
was a wheeler. But that's what I wanted, so
Yeah.
that's what I got for sure. Came with everything to rebuild it if I needed to rebuild it engine wise, and a ton of extra suspension pieces. The guy had it that I got it from had it for like 10 years or something like that.
After the wagon, the red wagon, I got a 2000 Subaru Impreza Coupe, also red, same color. That was the L, so it had the 2.2 as well, which I prefer. The 2.5's great, a little more power, but the 2.2 doesn't blow the head gaskets.
Yeah, the 2.5s blow the head gaskets.
And that thing was in really good shape. Interior was nice. It had like the newer dash on it. Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing was really nice. It was the GC8. It was the two-door coupe, which
Yeah.
is a really hard car to find, and it was completely unmolested, which is even harder to find.
Yeah.
It was completely stock, like down to the steelies with the factory hubcaps.
Mm-hmm.
But it was sweet little car.
It was cool. A lot of fun to drive. All-wheel drive.
So then when I had the 88 Toyota pickup, I had a company vehicle that I was able to drive to and from work, so I didn't necessarily need a daily as much. But then I ended up changing career paths, and that changed, so I needed a daily. So I tried to sell the pickup. I had it listed for sale, but I ended up actually trading it for a 1990 Toyota pickup, Suzanne, the one that we currently have, the one that you guys have seen in videos already that we're now swapping. So I traded a guy from Sacramento, but he came to me. He just wanted a turnkey wheeler, which is exactly what I had, and I wanted a daily that's also wheeler capable and could be built even more to a wheeler at some point. And that's exactly what he had, down to the point that I got it with everything to solid axle swap it included except for the shocks, which is sick. So I have like literally like front axle, everything. So after we're done 3-4 swapping it, it's going to get solid axle swapped, but that's not something we are going to take on. I don't have that capability. The welding and the cutting of the frame, like cutting all the IFS out and stuff. I'm going to take it to Nate's Precision Off Road here in Sparks for that. But yeah,
That'll be sweet.
yeah, it will be. That truck's not going anywhere. Favorite truck for sure that I've ever owned.
Nice. So recently sold the Impreza and got my current pickup. It's the 1998 Chevy K1500 Z71 Silverado. Yep.
Silverado.
So it's got a lot of options. Split front bench seat on a 4-inch lift. Really like that truck, and I'm just gonna keep fixing it up and making it better.
Yeah.
Eventually, I want to get a like a junkyard engine and fully rebuild it for when that one goes out. It's got a 5.7 350 in it.
Just because it has over 200K, so we just want to be ready. But it runs great.
It does. It does run great.
But
Still
better be
plenty of
safe than
power.
sorry, and it's nice how cheap those are to rebuild too.
Yeah. Plus, I think it'd be fun.
The more we can learn too. I've never rebuilt a 350. I've never fully rebuilt an engine to that extent in general.
Yeah.
All the way down. So then when my pickup, when the 3.0 blew, which was back in June of this year of 2023, me and Brady both, obviously, I didn't want to get rid of my pickup. That was like the absolute last worst case scenario that could happen. So I made the decision we bought a vehicle that we're able to have the pickup. So we bought our 2019 Subaru Outback, which we still have. It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. I'm planning on keeping that thing forever, basically, as my daily, as our good like road trip vehicle, all that stuff. It has the 3.6 in it, which is the 6-cylinder, so it's really zippy. It's fully loaded. It's a limited, so it has like black leather interior. It's the dark gray exterior.
Yeah.
Sunroof, heated seats in the front seats and the back seats. Beautiful car. We love that car so much. 60,000 miles on it, and yeah, super sick rig.
Yeah, sweet. Oh, you forgot the Cummins, the other Cummins that we have. We had a God, it was a 2006. Yeah,
no, 2007. And this
2007.
was, to put it in perspective, we bought it when, what car did you have when we bought it? The Outback, the Legacy, the 96?
Yeah, I think
wagon.
Yeah. Yep.
So he had that 96 L wagon, and I had the 88 Toyota pickup, because we also bought that thinking we could tow the wheeler with it, the crawler with it.
Yep.
But
2007 Cummins 6.7 with a 6-speed
manual. Yep.
mega cab.
Yeah, super cool truck, super hard to find in that model. But we actually sold that before my job changed, before I got my 90 pickup Suzanne, and before obviously Brady got this truck that he has. Because it was ending up like we had a couple problems with it, and it was costing us more money than we like even used it for.
Big trucks, big bucks. Those
Yeah,
expensive.
exactly. And we just made that choice to get rid of it, and we actually did it a good time, because I think we sold it for only a couple thousand less than we bought it for.
Yeah.
And we had it for about a year.
Yep.
But
yeah, that thing was cool. And I forgot a 1972 Ford F250 camper special in there somewhere. It was before I met Ivy.
Yeah.
Thing was cool. It was had a camper on it when I bought it. Bought it for $500 with the camper on it, and it ran and drove.
And you have to say the best part about the whole
And
thing.
it was painted with house paint.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Painted with house
Uh,
paint, canary yellow and white, two-tone.
so how many did you have then? How many vehicles? Not including motorcycles.
20 altogether, and then I had 4 motorcycles. Yeah.
So I also had 20. So Brady and I have owned 40 vehicles. And how many years have you been driving for?
Well, I got my license when I was 16.
Yeah.
I'm 31 now,
Yeah,
so I'm do that.
15 years.
15 years, yeah.
So in 15 years, Brady has had 20 vehicles, and in 11 years, I have also had 20 vehicles.
You beat me.
Yeah, but Brady, at the rate that he is at right now, he is going to win very soon because I'm like my herd, I have like a corral of prize ponies, if you will. Like I got the GL that's not going anywhere, the pickup's not going anywhere, and the Outback's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
I don't have any plans.
I love the Outback too, and I really love my pickup, so I don't think I'm gonna get rid of that anytime soon. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Never know.
No,
so
he's not.
So I'm gonna go favorite and then worst.
Okay.
I think favorite is gonna be my 1983 Honda Accord because that thing was just cherry.
About that all the time.
Cherry.
Yeah.
When I bought it, it was immaculate, and no body damage. Interior was in great shape, and I love that thing. Least favorite had to be the F-150, and I say that only because of the mechanical issues that it had. 60,000 miles. Paid a lot of money for the truck when I bought it, and yeah, just kept giving me issues. So beautiful truck though, nice leather interior and all that. Looked good, but didn't run good.
Yeah,
fast too. Okay, for favorite and least favorite.
Least favorite, my 2018 Tacoma, for sure. But I think I like old cars, or like,
yeah,
that's me. So favorite.
That's tough. You have a lot of cool cars.
No, but it's definitely between 4 vehicles.
Wow.
It's between my GL that I currently have, and I think once that thing's running and driving, it's gonna be that. Yeah. Like once this 2.2, the swap's done and everything, and then my truck that I currently have. But also, once again, once that thing's where my final vision is, I think it's gonna be hard to top. But then I loved that 2000 Tundra I had. That thing was absolutely amazing. Yeah. That was probably the first vehicle I did a ton of like solo wheeling on, and really got out of my comfort zone with wheeling, like did stuff I hadn't done before. But then also that fucking Corolla. That 72 Corolla.
I've only seen pictures.
It was a sleeper. I only had it for a couple months. I just like
the 20R had to be pretty slow.
It wasn't in that car though, because it was so small. So light, yeah. Like it definitely was slow. Right. All things considered, it's not like I could go over. I probably couldn't go over 110 miles an hour, and even I think that's pushing it. But like, but for what it was like zippy though, like a Miata. It's just like fun to drive. It handled really well. Yeah. It was just like a fun little, like the Corolla that you had.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, it wasn't
fun.
High horsepower. It was carbureted,
and just like the GL when it was stock, you drive like shit. It's just fun. You just, yeah.
They're just a good time.
But yeah, that's it, y'all.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Like and subscribe and comment down below if you got any suggestions for videos you want to see or anything you might like to know. We could do a Q&A or something at some point, or who knows
if you guys ever want a Q&A, if that's, definitely let us know. And yeah, we're gonna get back to the 3-4 swap here soon, and then we're also gonna do a full walk around of the GL, and then we have a couple other things planned too. So yeah, just stay tuned, and thanks for watching.
Yeah.